welcome to Grace and Lottie's Elizabeth here. Today we're going to be going back and looking at an app that I reviewed a year ago, but did it with two other apps in the video, so it was kind of hidden in that one, so if you go through you're not going to see a Pigment app review. But this one's going to be it on its own. Plus, it's been a year, so there's going to be several updates that have happened. So this is going to be fun to go back, look, and see what all is exciting and new in this, as well as just looking at a great app. This is, straight up, I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorite apps for coloring. And so I'm a little biased with this one because I do like it that much, but I think it's a great one for whatever you're doing. So let's take a look here. This is what it's going to look like at the App Store. So you can see that. So let's go to the app itself right here. So as you can see, it's got several fun things, and I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi back on here so that I can pull up some things. It's got Marvel here that you can preview, which is pretty cool. So you got 6 sheets here, but it's also its own app that uses their, I guess, infrastructure. I don't know the exact term here, so bear with me, but uses their tools and things to be able to color those. So you can see it's got a couple here, so you can kind of get an idea, but I'm sure in that app there are a bunch more, and I'm not going to review that one in this one. We'll let that one be its own, so we will go back and look at that later. As you can see, this one has a ton of books in it that you can go in. They're in anything from mandalas to geometrics to abstracts to holidays, landscapes, cityscapes, fun fantasy type stuff. So you will probably find a book that you like in this one. If you don't, you must be incredibly picky. That is because there's just so much in this one that you can look at and that you can see. For this one, I'm going to, let's see, where do we want to go? This one also has a free daily download. I'm only doing the free version of this. There is a premium version. And for the sake of this review, though, just doing what's free. If you download it, this is what you get. And we'll go through the pay structure at the end of the video, so we can look at that. Well, let's look at the featured artist here, Kathy Aarons. Her stuff kind of looks stained glass-esque. So you can see the ones that are premium are marked with a diamond. So we will go to the one that isn't premium here. But for some reason, my pencil isn't working, so I'm going to be just using my fingers so you can see what you can do without a fancy stylus. This does support the Apple Pencil. So let's just look here too real quick. Before I start with this one, they normally will pull up one suggested color palette, but as you can see, there are a ton of color palettes. Let's see what I feel like today. Oceanography, lily pad, Winter Wonderland, Under the Sea, Pastel Sky, reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues. There's just a ton here. Black and white, browns, skin tones, metals, roller ink. Those are real bright and fun. Vintage sweater. Fantasy, those look pretty bright to me, and I think those will be great for a look of a stained glass piece. So this one has the standard thing that if you want to zoom in, you just use your 2 fingers and you can grow it and rotate it. I like to start with a simple ink and some base tones with mine, so you can come over here and you just click that ink. Now, in the free one, you get a couple of choices for a texture in your ink, which I think is pretty cool. If you do fade or bloom, you do drag with it for the ink to let it fill in so you can make a direction. So let's look at the fade here real quick. I'll do that in a big section. Hold on. Yeah, here's some blue. So let me grow it. So you can see how that, you can drag it right there. Not exactly the look I want right there, but also here is a way, advanced, multi-select. Look at this. See, I'm selecting a bunch of areas right there in the background. I can say done, and now I can go, whoop. Okay, that's not how I wanted to do that. Don't know why why in the world is it doing that? Okay, not working the way I wanted to do that. It should select right here. And I should be able to, that's the eraser. There we go. So you see how that chose those areas and filled just those in so that I was able to keep the gradient going as it was going behind it, which like, yay, that is like super cool to me. So let's see. So if you're wanting to shade in one petal, so let's see here real quick. I'm going to make this guy just real quick. Oh, I'm still in multi-select, single select. I'll just ink solid here real quick. Fill. So you guys can see it pretty well. And so then let's say I wanted to come in and we'll use the airbrush. What I can do is it won't, see, it just stays in the areas I want it to stay in, which is so super cool. So let's lighten that up a little bit here and we can then, so you see how we created dimension on that leaf really easily just using the fill and the airbrush, and because of that multi-select right there, I stayed on the leaf. I didn't touch the praying mantis that's right there. I'm able to do a ton of stuff. That for me is very exciting in a coloring app, just because I'm not stuck having to figure out how to get multiple pieces to work cohesively as one. So I really like that feature. The other different brushes that you can see here, we have a pencil, which the pencil is also great for layering in marker, paintbrush, airbrush, and the circle, which is kind of to me like a felt tip marker kind of a look with it. So you can get different looks depending on what you're wanting. Now if you did the premium, you see you get glitter, sand, watercolor, wood, splatter, and an oil pastel kind of a look right there in your brushes, which also great for creating different looks. You saw what I was able to do there very quickly without having to pay for a premium on this. Now one thing you can change over here is you can also change your brush opacity as well as your brush size. So I can make it bigger, I can make it smaller. So let's see what, if I go 100%, I'll go multi-select here real quick. Just do those quick petals right here and we'll do them in pink. So you see I've got pretty big brush doing that. Now I go take the opacity down a little bit and the brush down. So I get a smaller brush right there. Going in, you can see it made it a little bit lighter. Now if I touch that and I go in the middle, you can see it's barely putting any color down. So that's where you can play around with that a little bit too to create different looks and gradients just by changing your opacity there, as well as you've got a slider bar down here with different shades in it. So you have multiple options for creating similar effects, which is a lot of fun to be able to do that, because like if I want to come in later and shadow that, and let's say I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of an orange tint, put in that low opacity here. Take it up just a hair. So you see what that's doing. It's a pale orange, so then I can come in, kind of darken it up a bit, and I've got it blended in pretty well and easily right there. And so you can adjust if you're wanting to layer multiple colors to create the perfect shade. I think the possibilities feel endless with this one for everything you can do. So overall, let's go back and recap what I really like about this app. If you want to use it as just your basic fill coloring app, you can do that with this. You can also use it with your Apple Pencil, and it does fully support the Apple Pencil. They put this app on iPads in the Apple Store to demonstrate what the iPad can do. So that just kind of lets you know what this app is capable of and how it is really well suited for this. That does fully like your pressure, everything with the pencil as well. So if you're using your Apple Pencil, you'll be able to use it. Also, I did all of this with my finger. Didn't have a fancy stylus, so still able to create some cool things without anything extra, just the iPad. But if you want to get more out of an app and still be free, you're not paying any more than any other app, but you're getting a lot more in it. Now, I said I would talk about the pay structure real quick on this one. This one offers a 7-day free trial. Then it also offers a $2.99 a week option. Let's see if I can find where. Pull it up here. They've got it as a quick thing. Books. I was going to see about. Okay, I'll just click on one here real quick. We'll go to 4th of July and I'll click a premium. So here we are. So it also has a weekly that's $2.99, but the $7.99 a month that comes to cheaper than $2.99, and then you've got that $39.99 yearly, so which comes out to be cheaper, obviously, a month when you do the math out. So that's your choices for this, for using it with everything. And I think you could create some really, really cool stuff using everything. You can create good stuff. You can take it to the next step when you go to premium. I have not done premium yet, so I cannot speak into everything you can do with it there. I tend to be a cheapskate with my apps. So that's where that is for me. I am really thinking, though, about doing that 7-day trial and trying it out. So be looking for that maybe in an upcoming app review. I'll maybe come back and see this one and show you guys what it looks like in premium. Please, if you have an app that you would like to see reviewed, please let me know. View a video to unlock that page. That's kind of nice to know too. So if you just want to unlock one, watch a video, watch an ad. Okay. So I'll go back to this. This was Pigment. So if you have another one that you would like for me to review, please let me know down in the comments below and I will look at that coloring book app. If you have any other ideas for videos, let me know because I'm always looking for good ideas and would love to have your input on that. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember that art happens in everyday life. Make sure you're watching for it. Bye.